Riptide, this is Stephanie Troyer, team leader with Usborne Books and More, continuing on with our video training series. This video is about book fairs, not book drive, book fairs. Book fairs are just a little bit different. What I normally do is I do preschool book fairs. What I do is I call and I ask to speak to the director, and I let them know that I am an independent consultant with Usborne Books and More, and that we have an awesome book fair for preschools. I let them know that as long as they have 250 in sales, they're going to get an extra 50% free from Usborne for their preschool or daycare. That usually gets them interested right there, and then I ask if I can set up a time to come in and maybe show them a couple of our books, and then we can work on setting up a date. Now, I will tell you, you need to be persistent. They are busy, very busy. So if you send an email and you don't hear back, don't assume that they don't want to work with you. It's probably just because they really did not have time to respond back. I had, taken months with one preschool of me calling, and then it wasn't the right time for them, and then I would call back. Anyway, I have their preschool book fair in the next month, and I've been trying to work with them since March. So a good 6 months of communicating with this particular one. And then other preschools, you're going to call, you're going to let them know, and they're going to say, okay, great, can we do it in 2 weeks? And you're like, sure. So every preschool is different, but definitely be persistent and continue calling them back because they usually just are very busy. Book fairs in themselves are pretty easy. What I do, and this is not what you have to do, but I do a display day for 2 days, and then on the third day I go in and sell. So what I do is I also train the director and at least one staff member of how to do sales on the display days, because people always want to buy even if it's a display day, especially if there's only 1 or 2 copies of a certain book, because they don't want to lose out on that book. So I give them a list of all the different price points of my books that I have there in my inventory, and I include tax. You definitely include tax, and then I have the total price of the book. And then what I do is I have a receipt book. You don't have to use those, but I did. You can get them from a local business supply store like a Staples or an Office Max. I ordered mine through Usborne Supplies, but it doesn't have to be those. And then I had them write down the title of the book, the ISBN number, the last 6 digits, and then the price of the book, and then the total with tax. There is free shipping on book fairs, which is really nice, as long as, like the preschool themselves are going to get their free books for free and no shipping because that's already included. If people want to order books, maybe you don't have a certain book or you ran out, you can do that and have those books shipped to the organization. That way they get their books for free as well, as far as the shipping. So that's a really nice option for book fairs. You will want a couple of supplies. There's different ways that you can stock for a book fair. You can buy your own book fair for inventory. So you can buy $250 of books, get another $125 free, and you get to sell those for full retail. Always a nice benefit. And then you would have $375 in inventory on hand to take to the preschool. If you don't have that, that's okay. You can reach out to your team leader or any other local consultant in your area to see if they have any books maybe out on consignment that you might be able to borrow. And I'm going to do a different video just on consignment because that gets a little bit more confusing. But you can definitely reach out to others in your area to see if they have any that you could borrow. But you definitely want to have a good amount on hand. So if there are at least 40 to 60 kids in the preschool or daycare, you want to have, I would say, at least $1,000 worth of inventory, if not more. And then you want to book more events after that. So that way, if not everything sells at your first event, you can sell it at the next one. When you buy your own inventory and you're not using consignment, you do have to get the organization their free books. So what happens then, if you've already bought inventory and then you sold it, you have 2 different options that you can give the preschool for their free books. You can tell them that they have to select the free books out of your inventory, or if you know that this is something you like to do and you want to continue with the preschool book fairs, you just reorder everything that you sold, and then that way you can get their free books from the new book fair that you put in. You earn a 17% commission on book fairs. So it's pretty good. We don't earn 25 because that free shipping is comes out of our commission on those, but that's okay. I don't find that preschool book fairs are that much work. I usually send a couple emails. I make up a quick flyer that has my website link, and I tell them to make sure that they check on that specific preschool or daycare when they check out. And I let them know the display days, what the dates are going to be, and then the day of the actual book fair and the hours that I'll be there. And then I have the preschool send home that flyer with the children about a week before the actual book fair. And then I also send a little form, I call it the child's wish list. And I have the teachers, or I ask the teachers of the daycare or preschool to take all of their students through and look at the table and look at some of the books and have the kids kind of select which ones they like, because that just makes it a lot easier on the parents. But I only do that as long as the teacher is supervising them, because obviously I don't want a whole bunch of preschoolers just rummaging through my books that I'm trying to sell. I do find that wish list can be very helpful, especially when parents are busy and they don't have a whole lot of time when they're picking their kid up from daycare. So the teacher can hand them that list, and they can let them know, oh, they need, Susie needs work on her pen control, and then they can recommend the Wipe Clean pen control, and so on. So that is a quick description of a book fair and